Hi, welcome to my guitar tutorial. A Blues 24-bar form using primarily Mixolydian, exploring 9-note scale shapes for improvisation. So look below the description in the video. I'll have a PDF there. It'll have the basic head that I did there. Okay, so I'll talk about that a little bit. And then I also have some scale shapes there, A Mixolydian, D Mixolydian, and I also included G Mixolydian and C Mixolydian. That was just because I just happened to have those already written out from, years and years ago. Okay, so this was a little riff that I came up with, probably like the end of last year, and then I've just been kind of doing other things. So all it really is just an A, C, E, G, B. It's a A dominant set, A dominant ninth arpeggio, and then I'm just kind of doing like a melodic sequence coming down the scale, and then ending on the kind of fifth of the chord. And then there I'm using like pull-offs just to make the picking a little bit easier. And then it's exactly the same thing. So if you look on the sheet on the second page, you can see that A Mixolydian is exactly the same fingering as D Mixolydian on the next three strings. So this is something I discovered, years and years ago with these patterns, and G Mixolydian, and then C Mixolydian. And then I always thought it was interesting that you can just go A, C sharp, E, G, and D7 or 9, and so on. So that's where these riffs came from. So A7 then D7. And then third line there, A. Now what I've done here is I've kind of, since it's a 2-bar riff, I decided to cut it in half. So E7 chord, ba, ba, do, do. And then you'll notice, just to kind of dress it up, I'm just putting a quick slide in there. And then for the D chord, and then A. And then I kind of threw that chord in there. I didn't always hit it right, but that's kind of like a chord you might hear like Jimmy Page playing or something like that. So then in the beginning, the playing demonstration, I also took that lick and I moved it up an octave, which I don't have that tabbed out. That was just something that I decided to do as I was preparing to get this video together. So it's A, C sharp, E, G, B. So it's the same thing, just moved up. Or you can slide up. So same notes, just an octave higher. A. All right, so that's a good thing to be able to do, to be able to take a riff from one position and move it someplace else. Okay, then for the D chord, I think I went up to here. So A, D, E, F sharp, A, C, E. So if you take this D pattern, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, move it up to here, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. So that's just a basic 3-note per string scale. Okay, and then for the E, I just moved it up to here. E, G sharp, B, D, F sharp. All right, D. And then back to A. Okay, and then I just did a little bit of improvisation, not really very much. One thing I did kind of discovered as I was getting ready for this was I found a couple kind of interesting chromatic ideas. All right, so going down to the root and then down to the fifth. And then for the D chord, chord, chromatic, and then chromatic. You can maybe do one of those if you're following a strict blues form, and then back down. Okay, I'll try that a little bit with the backing track. I'll just kind of throw those chromatics from the 9 to the root, and then from the 6th to the 5th. Maybe go like 2 times through. Same thing up the octave. Okay, so that was kind of the idea with that blues form. So you can kind of mess with that a little bit. Maybe that'll spur some ideas. D, right, and then I'm a big proponent of sort of taking something basic like this and then just trying to extract out some other things. So for example, you have A, C sharp, E, G, B. You also have E minor pentatonic in there. It's kind of like a 2 to 5. And then sending with D7 chord, you have an A minor pentatonic. And then with the E7 chord, you have B minor pentatonic. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do something where I'll kind of play a little bit off the A7, and then I'll play off of the 2 of the 5, which would be so if I'll go E minor, then I'll go A minor, and then I'll go B minor around that. And I'll do that with the backing track. I'll go up the octave. Yeah, so essentially what happens there, you get the 5th of flat 7, 9, but you also get the 4. So it does kind of sound a little bit more unresolved, just like the 2 to 5. All right, so you do get a kind of more suspense kind of sound. Okay, so I think the other thing I was thinking I would do is I'll kind of go through this A Mixolydian, D7, G7, C7. I'm gonna put a little bit different track on here. So I'm just using this Funk 9. I like this track a lot. This is Drumgenius. This is emulating Billy Cobham in Stratus, if you know Stratus off of, I think that's off of Spectrum, and I think that's Tommy Bolin playing Stratus. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play through each of the patterns and then kind of improvise around it. So let's see, A minor, so I'll do A7, D7, G7, C7. So I don't have a lot of planning on this because I just thought about this as I was putting together my PDF. Okay, A7. D7. G7. G7, C7. Now I won't talk. Okay, so you might notice that this would be like the 3-6-2-5 change if you're doing like a rhythm changes. So maybe I'll do something like bump. I'll do a little bit quicker, kind of like a rhythm changes kind of sound. You get the idea of that. So that might be a convenient way of maybe going through some rhythm changes. Just kind of move it, like if you're doing rhythm changes in B flat. So then that would take you up to D, G, C, F. Yeah, so if I'm like rhythm changes. Okay, then I'm going to go D. And then back to B flat. I'll just do one more quick example. Like I said, I didn't really plan this particular section out, but I'm just kind of pointing you in a particular direction. You can kind of mess with this a little bit. So I'm just coming off the rhythm change. Okay, that's about all I have for you today with the A Blues 24 bar forms, Mixolydian, playing around with some shapes. You can do some different things with this. Obviously, then you could take each of these and just kind of expand it out to the rest of the 3-note per string scales, or pull out some major pentatonic. That would be, I guess, that'd be another thing. You can pull out the major pentatonic, D, E, G. And C. So that's another thing. So doing A minor and then major A and so on. Okay, so to end off the video, I'm just going to just improvise on that A. The A blues form. Maybe I'll play it like one time through the track and then maybe a second time through. I'll put on a little bit of overdrive here. This will be the Dice Works Fuzz Finalé. Okay, well, thanks for listening and watching. Thank you.